Great, obviously, to be in our stadium and to have our fans, and obviously the familiarity that with everything. But it's not so much the flight. The 4.5 hour flight is the logistics. Getting the bus and meals and practice times and restaurants and all that stuff. So the logistics really drain you, and so that's a big part of being at home too.
On the field, how much of a home field advantage is Klockner?
I mean, it's a big advantage. I mean, first of all, it's one of the greatest surfaces in college soccer. The stadium, the environment, our home fans, all that stuff that goes along with it. It's a big advantage, no question about it.
Tell me a little bit about Connecticut. What do you know about them? What type of challenges do they present to you guys?
Yeah, everybody sees, they were an unseeded team in the NCAA in the field of 48, but probably got a raw deal on that, to be honest with you. They are clearly a college cup / national championship contender type of team. I mean, you don't go to UCLA and advance without being a very, very good team. They are big, they are athletic, and in particular in their number 10, who's their leading goal scorer, 6'3", 190-pound guy who moves very well. That we just need to pay attention to him and a couple other guys.
George, does this team remind you of some of your teams, maybe with Chrisman and Ryring up front, big guys up front they'd like to knock the ball up to?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I think that the number 10 and the number 23 for UConn, from a stature, size standpoint, are similar. They are just much more dynamic, athletic, and more dynamic than those two guys. Now, Ryring and Chrisman, I think, had a little more soccer in them, but these guys are a little bit more raw, but big, athletic, and in particular number 10, who's I think got 15 goals for the year, very good in the box.
Like yourselves, UConn is a team that you can't sleep on even for 2 minutes. They were down 2-0 last game. So how do you approach this game with regard to the players mentally?
Yeah, I mean, we have to be conscious of, again, 10 and 23. And not this time of year, you can't get into games like we've been in, Notre Dame, down 3-1, NC State, where they ended up coming back to tie that 3-3. You can't get into those games, and you've got to be diligent defensively. I mean, first, you've got to take care of that first. And if we play with the passion in terms of how we move and defend as a team when we are a man down on Sunday, if we play like that with a full complement of players with that same mentality, from a defensive standpoint, we'll be fine.